Hello, family. I'm again telling you guys a story that sometimes it's very hard to convey years of ups and downs into a 5 minute little segment. But after we submitted to Apostle Nikki in 2014, immediately things were just bigger. The vision was bigger. We started making incredible friends in the ministry. That were just acquaintances became like friends, and the impartation of a spiritual father just set us on a place that was difficult to process, a forward place. So Mandy and I was riding around looking for our own permanent church. Let me mention figures. We were paying 4,000 Rand a month for a Sunday use of a wedding venue on Beyersdorp. And now we wanted to have a place that we have permanently. We thought maybe for 10,000 Rand we could do that. We signed a place for 40,000 Rand a month, 10 times the amount. But let me tell you the story. We were riding around here in Johan Road because there was a little church that piqued our interest, that used to be a church and that was at that time standing empty at number 11 Johan Road. And as we stopped in front of it, the owner of number 60 Johan Road came out and he said, "What are you looking for?" "No, we're looking for a place for a church." And he says, "Well, I've got the perfect place." And he shows us an empty tomato packing shed, which is made of zinc, and inside it's just growing old plants and weeds growing on the inside as high as our car. But we ended up renting number 60 Johan Road, and Louis had such a profound time with us. He was such a blessing, and he passed away shortly after we moved in, but it was like he was just there to set us up into 60 Johan Road, and we rented there for 6 years. But it was incredible how we could go into a time of growth because we now had a venue our own, and the whole community, everybody in the church just came and got involved. And there was one of the stories was that late on a Friday afternoon we were praying for paving. For weeks and months we're praying for paving because it's just a muddy mess in front of the church. And a friend of mine phones me and says, "Look, I've got the building inspector coming in half an hour. I've got all of this rubble in front of my new building that I've built. Can I come and dump it on your site? We'll remove it later." So I jokingly said to him, "Well, just leave it here." And he said, "Okay, I'll leave it there." And we managed to pave in front of the church and our driveway and all around the church, made a nice slope down with a little retaining wall, all with this bricks that were rubble. And so God provided month after month for everything. And God sent in some real people that helped us buy a sound system, and a wonderful sound system, and things were moving. And we appointed a pastor that operated as a social worker in the area, and we had taxis bringing people, and we appointed another pastor to be a community pastor, and she got involved in the CPF, and we were just so part of the community. And it was some wonderful days there. And somebody else gave us a children's playground, and it was just powerful. And God was building and building. And we had our first Limitless conference in 2018. Oh, I remember the meeting where God gave us the word limitless, and it is still today on the front of our church. But in 2018 we had the first Limitless conference, and Apostle Nikki came to preach, and some of my friends came to preach, and we impacted the city, man. And 2019, another incredible one. And then we released our first song. Limitless became a song, and God was really moving powerfully. And then we came 2020, and we were so excited about life and what God is doing, and we were moving forward. And at the beginning of 2020, just before COVID, we had like a semi-church split, and a big portion of the church left, and the pastors that was involved with us felt they couldn't go with the vision that we had. And suddenly it was a whole different ball game. And it was in this time that Apostle Nikki appointed me as an apostle. And it was like weird that as we going through a hard time, God started moving our church as an apostolic church. So then obviously COVID hit, and church was a whole different process. But let me go back a little bit. We built on to number 60. We felt so, although it was a rented premises, we believed that God was going to give it to us and we're going to eventually own it. And because we had the word about a Johan Road revival, and we needed to do something with the sound, because in the zinc roof room the sound was just reverberating. So we needed at least one brick type wall or a solid wall. And our friend Michael Bekus, that does the Ramtech work, gave us a quote for extending the building and making it bigger. And it was 300,000 Rand, a very discounted price to build it. But I said, okay, once we've got a third of the money in, we will lay the foundation. And it came that we had the 100,000 Rand, the Lord supplied, and we had 100,000 Rand. And we dug the foundations and ordered the trucks to come and lay the concrete. And we put a whole lot of scriptures into that ground. So I just want to say, here in Johan Road, we have scriptures in the foundations of 60 Johan Road. And by the time we'd finished, the cement hadn't even dried on the foundations when the whole of the 300,000 Rand was available to finish that building. And I still drive past there regularly. And I just praise God for what we could have done there in the years that we were there. But it was beautiful to see the power of God. And then we started trusting God for our own building, but we'll share that a little bit later. But we were forced to go online. We started at the well just before COVID, and suddenly we were online. Family, I want to ask you, if you are enjoying these ones, please subscribe to our channel. We really need a few more subscribers. We need to get to 500 subscribers to just get ourselves to the next level. Don't you want to be one of those 500 people that take this out to the nations? And then we give God all the glory. The song that hopefully reverberates through all of these little notices is this thing: our God has always been faithful. We've been through ups and downs. Somebody today called it the W. There's ups and downs, and there's ups and downs, like that. But we are vessels, so we are the W. And yes, God has always been faithful at the tops and at the peaks and the troughs. But we love you, and get ready for the next one. We talk about what happens in COVID and how we got to our own premises. But we might detour first with a couple of ones on business.